Silent night, holy night.
Hi everyone, welcome to G&G, the place to be for everything that's not D&D. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Eliza.
And welcome to our first actual play, or at least I assume it will be. We got a lot of stuff going on here. Welcome to Short Shots, where our initial idea is like, it's not enough to kind of have a whole actual play, but it's a little bit more than a one-shot. So welcome to Call of Cthulhu, Silent Night, Unspeakable Night. That being said, if you're watching this, happy holidays, whatever it is that you do. I hope you're having a wonderful holiday, and hopefully it won't go as terrible as it does for our investigators here tonight. As I said, I'm Jonathan. I guess it's that way, excuse me. There's Eliza, and we've got some new faces here. Why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves for those of us that are new here. Evan, let's start with you.
I'll be playing as Victor Langley.
Gotcha. Hey, Evan, grab that mic. Get it a little closer to you. A little closer to you.
A little closer.
Yeah, there you go.
Is this better?
There we go. There we are. So, that's Evan. Matt, introduce yourself.
My name's Matt. I'll be playing Dr. Reginald Hawthorne.
Gotcha. Over to Ian. Ian.
Hi, I'm Ian. I'll be playing Dr. Henry Mallory.
You mean detective?
Just to plug my detective.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what?
You're like, that's news to me.
I'm like the one who's not a doctor. Yeah. So my apologies. And I'm also saying I'm probably maybe also the veteran streamer here. So you can find me at the Beloved Nerds on Twitch and Instagram.
Awesome. Okay, and Eliza, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and who you're playing tonight?
Hi, baddies. Thanks for joining us. You already know that I'm Eliza, and I'm actually going to be playing Agnes, not Angus.
I can't spell, so.
That's for Patreon.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, well, we didn't record that part, too. That being said, everyone, if you like what's happening here, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Twitch, YouTube, anything like that. And if you want to support us a little bit extra, why don't you head over to Patreon. If there's any bloopers in regards to this, you'll see that there, and things like that.
Yeah. Don't forget to ring the bell so that you get notified every single time we drop a video, especially your favorite game. And head over to all of our other socials. We're Gamers and Goths on Facebook and Instagram. Occasionally we do polls, and so maybe you can weigh in on your favorite game and we'll do it. We'll see. Except
D&D. All right,
except
everyone.
For D&D.
Let's go ahead and get started. So, the year 1927, Arkham, Massachusetts. It is December 21st. Sorry, I'm trying to remember my timing. You know, when you're getting clocked towards the end of the world, you got to have your timing right. Arkham is preparing for its tree lighting ceremony that takes place on Christmas Eve. Our investigators find themselves living out their normal lives in this medium-sized but still quaint New England town. We will begin at Miskatonic University. I'm not even certain how many buildings there is on the campus, but we're going to say one of the smaller adjunct buildings where we will find Agnes. Agnes is a graduate student studying musicology. And for those that don't know what musicology is, even I had to look it up when helping craft this character. Excuse me. It is the study of music, but specifically like how music was developed, how instruments were developed, their connections, and things like that. Agnes is a graduate student. Agnes, your current fascination is you're preparing for your one of your papers, and you're just researching connections between as festive to the Christmas spirit, Gregorian chants, carols, kind of the development of kind of holiday music, which no doubt has connections to all sorts of Catholicism, but also all sorts of religions that influence Catholicism, or Catholicism's attempt to influence other religions. What are you doing? We're gonna say it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What are you doing right now?
Well, as a very studious student who is doing a lot of studying on their hyperfixation project, I imagine that I'm in the library and I have tons of books surrounding me. I've commandeered a corner in between the shelves and made myself a little academic nest. And I want to be poring over paper, and I have maybe different music sheets, and some are in German and some are in French, and I'm getting very excited, clearly lost in my own world and forgetting everyone else around me.
There you go. Well, nobody else is important, so that's okay. I'm scrolling down here. So as you are poring over your books, you will hear the familiar voice, and I do mean voice, of Maggie O'Connell. You know Maggie. Maggie is a music student here. Not necessarily here, because it is the 20s. Not necessarily here for any sort of degree. She just simply has a lovely voice and is being coached by various professors here. But to say that she has an angelic voice would not do it justice. You hear her, even though in the library you're supposed to be quiet. Her humming just seems to echo through the library, and you will look up from your text and see her moving through, and you two will lock eyes, and she will come to approach you. What do you do?
Well, since I know who she is, and obviously I assume we already have some sort of rapport.
Oh, yes,
if we're in the same music. I'm choosing to say we have a good rapport.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm going to, say hello. Maggie, hello.
Agnes, she sits down with you.
Pardon all of the books, I'm in the middle of something. I found this amazing carol, and I think that we could get something really fascinating. I'm not going to bother you. I'm sorry.
It's fine. Carols, you say a great deal of it. I've been preparing for the celebration, the tree lighting ceremony, as all of the town choir is.
And of course, I know you already have 2 solos.
Of course, yes. The new music director is inspired, but he is working us ragged, she says with a playful smile. You can tell it's only 10% exhaustion, but more of excitement about the situation. No doubt rehearsals, you would know.
Well, you're always welcome to come and hide in my apartment. I always have tea for your throat.
Well, I might be needing that. It's not so much tea, though, that I need. My throat is... and my voice is quite strong, but I've just been getting a lot of headaches recently, but I think I actually
Headaches?
might... Yes, it's probably the late nights. I usually need my beauty sleep, but she says, kind of tucking her hair back. But late nights. So I might go see Dr. Hawthorne, see if he can give me something. Or not Dr. Hawthorne, Dr. Langley. My apologies.
You should
too many doctors. We have too many people with PhDs here in this game.
Yeah, no, Mallory, you should absolutely do that. Wait, this is not Mallory.
This is Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie.
We're all getting terrible with these names.
Yes, Maggie, you should absolutely do that. You definitely need your sleep, and we don't need you collapsing in the snow in the middle of the ceremony. You have to be ready.
That would be quite distressing. I see now that you've said it out loud. Now you've might have jinxed it, and she will. Hold on here. Oh, just what was that? Hold on. Let me look something up here. She's like, well, let's not. You've said it out loud now. You've buried it under the church.
I'm I'm sorry, Maggie. That was not my intention. I was just simply trying to tell you that yes, it's important. You need to go get your sleep. You absolutely need to rest.
Do me a favor.
It's going
Eliza.
to be fine.
I need you to make a history check. So you'll want to pull up your sheet.
Mm-hmm. Is it not pulling up? There it is.
There you go. Don't roll just yet. Hold on here. I'm going to see... Oh, that's what I'm turning down. There we go. Okay, you are not successful.
Oh.
That's okay. It's all right. It's you know... I mean, it's Cthulhu. You know, failing any sort of intellectual check could be terrible, have dire consequences, but at this time, it's not going to have much of one. Okay. So while you two continue your conversation, Dr. Hawthorne, for this moment, we will say, of course, just to move things along, you find yourself in the library of Miskatonic University. No doubt, any place a professor should be. What is it that you are doing?
I'm perusing a colleague's recent publication.
And what's it about?
He's covering this fascinating tribe out from South America.
Oh.
And I'm intrigued. It's their cultural practices. They're so alien and fascinating.
Ah, yes. Yes. We'll wait on that. As you're perusing over, you will hear the slight converse. Actually, you will hear the hum from Maggie as well. And again, an angelic voice definitely makes you look up from your work to see her. I'm checking your notes here. Oh wait, that's what happens when you have too many notes here. Here you are, Mr. Hawthorne. Dr. Hawthorne, excuse me. You didn't spend 8 years in school to be called Mr. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So, you look up, she looks at you and kind of smiles, you know, as a young student does to her professor, and then she looks over and sees Agnes, and will go to chat as women no doubt do. A few steps behind, you will see and hear the hollow footsteps of someone, I don't want to say new in town. Arkham does have a lot of fresh faces from time to time. It is a college town, after all. Industry, the textile industry is starting to kind of lose some of its economic value here, but the college always brings in the most interesting types. And you will find Edwin Drake, and he is the new choir director. And he will walk by and he stops and looks at you. Well, Dr. Hawthorne.
Dr. Drake.
Doctor, no. I'm simply simply a patron of the arts. Find myself here in Arkham. I did well. He sits down, sets his briefcase with you next to you. I did find myself working a great deal in Paris, though. So perhaps that is why I was able to land this job.
Paris, do tell.
Oh, yes. Well, give me a persuasion check. And I'm going to give you a bonus dice because you're playing into his vanity.
Alright. How do I get the bonus dice on here?
Here we go. Roll.
Persuade like 5 million times. Every single time it's okay. Every single time you failed. But you do get a bonus dice though. So I'm gonna click the bonus dice here for you because I'm curious. Can I bonus? There we go. Okay, got it fixed. All right, so no. All right, so that's fine. He will still gloat. You just might not get as much as you would have liked. Oh well. I worked at the couple years in the Paris Opera. I did a little bit of research. He says, kind of nodding to you, no doubt. In regards to old operas, And as he says that, he kind of muses for a moment in his head and goes, but an interesting time, interesting reads. I can definitely see why some of them never really saw the light of day, as it were.
Well, they can't all be Shakespeare, I suppose.
No Don Juans, that's for sure. No Don Juans. He says, looking over as he sees Agnes and Mallory talking. Or not Mallory, excuse me. Jeez, you got me on that. Maggie talking. I had hoped that Agnes would have joined the choir, but it seems she's so wrapped up in her studies.
Yes, I've not really heard her sing, but I do see her here from time to time.
No doubt someone studying musicology either can sing or perhaps piano, something. I'm actually curious. I've yet to really speak to her too much. Do you mind, Dr. Hawthorne, perhaps an introduction?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Ladies, pardon the interruption.
Hello, Dr. Hawthorne.
Yes, so this is Agnes Bellamy. Agnes, this here is Mr. Drake.
Oh, the new choir director, I believe, yes?
Yes. Charmed as always. I'm to meet a student of music, it's quite humbling. I was hoping if you could enlighten me why you hadn't joined the choir.
I just, I'm afraid I don't have much time for it. As you can see, I have my studies.
Ah, yes. I hope the two of you will be attending the tree lighting ceremony, right? It is the talk of the town.
Oh, no one will miss it, sir.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Excellent. I'm curious, Agnes, to hear your thoughts on the selection here. I have composed a few
My
pieces.
thoughts?
Yes, I've composed a few pieces myself. If I may admire my own work here. No doubt.
Certainly, sir, but I'm afraid I don't think I'm qualified to give much advice.
You were outside of Paris. So I just slapped the mic away. Outside of Paris, I would say you're in this small New England town. You would probably one of the most qualified to critique any piece of art. Regardless, I'm sure you will be here. But that being said, he turns to Maggie. Maggie, we do have a late night practice. I will see you then. And she retorts back, "Oh yes, I'm going to take a stop off at Dr. Langley's." "Oh, yes, I have a little bit of a headache." Practicing. It can take a toll on the mind and spirit. Yes. So she will stand up. She's like, "Agnes, it was lovely to speak with you." She will...
I hope to see you.
"Oh, you will if you're going to be at the ceremony."
There too.
And we will fade to black on that scene. And now we will open the next scene to you, Detective Mallory. Even though you're not a doctor, we're just sitting down and you have a PhD in criminology or something like that, since that seems to be what we're doing a lot of.
Not this character.
Yeah. Okay. Detective Mallory. You have found yourself, we're going to say it's a little later. It's getting into the afternoon, definitely around supper time. But you find yourself busy along with Officer Frank Mullen. He's with you. You two have found a new man in town. You no doubt assume he's either just passing through or is attending university. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of everyone, especially someone, this is not quite student age. He's definitely looks like someone who would either be a professor or has graduated. He is a little disheveled, and he, as far as you and Officer Mullen can tell, he has had a little too much to drink. And you found him at the bar, being a little bit of a public nuisance. You and Officer Mullen have decided, you know what? We're not going to throw him in jail. We're just going to take him to Dr. Langley to see if they can just sober him up and get him on his way. So, how does the scene unfold, Detective Mallory?
Well, so I'd probably all right, officer, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get this guy some coffee and a cigarette. That's probably the best way to do this.
Yeah, he has a good grip on him. You know, he's putting him in the car, and this guy's just kind of he's kind of ranting and mumbling, and you guys can barely understand it. And he pushes him in the back. Ugh. All right, to Langley's.
Yeah, we'll drive over to Langley's.
You driving or am I?
Why don't you drive? I'm gonna talk to him a little.
All right. Ugh.
See if I can shut him up for 10 minutes.
All right. So Mullen hops in, starts the car up, and in the back there's the man's just kind of like, I'm supposed to meet someone here, a friend, and I have to warn him. You need to take me to see the doctor.
All right. Hey, do you want to smoke?
Yes, I need one. I gotta keep my wits about me.
Right, so I'll offer him a cigarette.
Yeah, and he will take it, and as he's trying to light it, is missing it. And he eventually gets it. Like,
Let me give him your hand. Like, you said you were on the way somewhere. You to meet a doctor?
Reggie and I go way back.
Right, important meeting, and
He doesn't know I'm coming though. Shh. We don't want to tell him.
That's important, yeah. So it's a surprise, like a surprise. That's why you had a little too much.
No, well, if you knew what I know, you'd have a drink too. Maybe 5. I had at least 5.
It's a little early for 5 drinks, even with the holidays. But
yeah. But he's heard it. I know he has.
What is it you know? What? I mean, making this sound a little bit more serious than I thought. Like, what's that you know? Like, you didn't find something for the wife for Christmas or what?
Yeah, she's back in Providence. She's fine. She's fine. I've just been having these dreams. And something told me that I need to come here. And I normally, you know, dreams and dreams, but I had to be here because I had a dream about the theater. And at the theater, the devil was there. Don't even look at me like that. The devil was there, and he's gonna be here. And I think Reggie knows the devil.
I mean, I think we've all seen the devil at the theater. Yes.
Yeah.
Drive a little faster.
Well, so it's a small town. Even though cars this day and age aren't particularly fast, but there's not a lot of traffic. So you pull up to Langley's. He's got his own private practice. It's not quite the hospital, but he's got himself and a couple of nurses. So, and you take him, and the reason you would come here rather than the hospital is, a little bit more TLC here. The hospital, they're just gonna throw him in somewhere, probably give him a straitjacket or whatever. You don't have any reason to assume he's that crazy yet. So Mullen grabs him. He's like, "All right, buddy, get up. No, not that doctor. I want to talk to Reggie," as he sings the sign. The bell rings as the door opens, Dr. Langley, and you will see Detective Mallory, Officer Mullen coming in with a man that you don't know. I think you're muted.
Sure.
Oh, there we go.
Hello?
There we are.
Detective, officer, what do I owe this pleasure?
Well, I think we're just kind of doing a little Christmas favor today. This guy was ranting and raving down at the bar. Didn't really seem worth taking him in.
No.
Whatever. I don't know what he's ranting about, but maybe you got something to take off the edge on him. Seems like a nice enough fellow.
I'll see what I can do with him. How about you come along back just in case he gets a little feisty? So I want to take him more back towards the clinic, towards like what would be my physician's office.
Gotcha. So he's being taken along. Let me check something here. See here. Okay, cool. So I take it you sit him down make him sit on the examination table or something like that. The butcher paper, all the doctors, if they do that in the 20s, who knows?
They weren't the cleanliest back then, but yeah, I do something similar enough. I'm assuming the detective's following me since I did ask for him to come along just in case.
Mullen says like he keeps checking his watch. He's like, detective, I gotta go pick up another shift. So I'm off here in a little bit. So
don't worry about it. I'll get a cab if I need one.
Okay. All right. Doctor, stay
safe.
Thank you.
So I'll ask you first, detective, before I try to make any sense of the man sitting on the table. What exactly is he here for?
I'm here to stop the devil.
The devil, you say? I'm going to have doctor, he's going to like do whatever the equivalent of like a basic examination would be in the 1920s. So gotcha. Like checking a pulse, looking to see what his eyes look like, seeing if he's any close to raving mad.
Gotcha.
Like, are there any physical signs?
Yeah, give me a medicine check.
Medicine check. Ooh. That is a hard success.
There you go. All right. Okay. So, medically, he definitely has an elevated heart rate. Definitely has all the signs of being definitely inebriated. That being said, and I'm not a doctor. Jonathan's not a doctor here on the meta level here. But with that kind of a success, you're definitely seeing that... there you go. Something fun and creepy is his eyes will not respond to light. Like his pupils don't, contract or dilate. Like they're just always like wide open. So that's a little weird. Yeah, definitely there's, he's definitely drunk, or there's something else here that you don't know what's going on. But there's a few weird signs. He's definitely whatever they called it, mania or manic or something. He's definitely, got some lunacy or whatever the medical term was. Something's wrong that we don't understand or have a word for in the 20s.
Well, my good detective, it seems as though the man that you brought here may need a bit more treatment of the mind, if you will. Say, I turn to the man who is clearly drunk. What is your name, good sir?
Oh, well, Malcolm. Malcolm Graves.
Malcolm.
Yeah.
You've been drinking. How much have you had today, sir?
Just seven, something like that. Yeah, since it's I was.
Are there any?
I was responsible. I didn't do it on the bus. I waited till I got in town. Okay, officer?
That's a good man. Are there any like nurses or anything around, or is it just me, the detective?
Oh yeah, you probably got at least one. I would say one nurse. It's the 20s. Like, you know, everybody knows everybody. I know that comes in here. So
yeah, I'm going to like just whisper more towards the nurse. Like, can you please get me a few glasses of water?
She will nod and heads off to get you some glasses of water.
And as she nods, I like pull up a rolly chair, sit down in front of Malcolm and say, well, Malcolm, it's a little early for someone to be drinking. So would you mind telling me what's on your mind, good sir?
The devil.
The devil?
He's coming.
The devil's coming to town.
He's going to be in the theater. And Reggie's going to be there. And I got to warn him. I'm not prone to flights of fancy.
Say, detective, do we know a Reggie? Potentially a doctor, apparently.
He's talking about there's a Reginald Hawthorne over at Arkham. The way he's talking about it, I was thinking of going over and having a chat with him.
I was thinking if you could bring the good doctor here, maybe have a chat, maybe that'll calm Michael down, or Malcolm rather. However, I do want to do a full analysis of the mind, if I may.
Yeah, I think that would be, it seems more than just drunk.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
I'm no doctor, but yeah.
So Malcolm goes, okay, Doc, if you gotta do, and he says that, he then just like falls back and passes out.
Well, maybe we should get how about we have a nurse watch over him? Maybe call one of your officers if none are too busy, and we can go talk to the good doctor ourselves.
There's another bell ring at the door.
Oh, well, it looks like I might have to postpone that little adventure, and I'm going to go walk out and see who it is.
It is Maggie O'Connell.
Oh, Miss O'Connell, it's a pleasure to see you again.
Nice to see you too, Doctor. Detective. Hold on one second. My dogs are deciding to get a little loud. You two knock it off. Sorry.
So, I do not believe that you are supposed to be at the clinic today. You wouldn't... May I ask, what brings you here?
Doctor, I've just been having some terrible headaches the past couple of days. I was wondering if there was something you had for that.
I do have quite a few things for it. I don't know what they would give for a headache in the 1920s, because my first thought was, once again, the
whiskey
white drug. Yeah, whiskey. I just pull a just a cabinet.
All right, we're gonna let's Google right there. What was given for headaches in the 1920s? How do they cure headaches? That's probably a little too far back here.
I bet it was just still aspirin, actually.
I mean, I don't know. Migraine history. Gotcha. There's ergomine tart, apparently in the 1930s. Whatever it is. Okay. I was hoping I would have a quick answer for that, but
my brain went straight to just like, be sure to check their cocaine levels.
Exactly.
That's where my mind went to as well.
That's like the 1890s, you know. Like,
no, they were still prescribing cocaine in 1920. But anyway, I will mention offhanded about getting her something that's whatever the equivalent to like an aspirin was in the 1920s.
Gotcha.
Something that's like non-invasive, could even be like a placebo, because, you know, I'm a doctor and I probably don't believe her.
It's just your ovaries. That's what it is. Something like that.
That wandering womb. It's just in your head right now.
No,
Hey,
in all
clearly
seriousness, I will.
hysterical.
She is more hysterical than Malcolm over there. I'm
All right.
in all seriousness, I'm just going to give her like whatever the equivalent.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So she's like, she's. I will assume she's taking it with water, whatever it is, you know.
Yeah, water probably. It should work in maybe a couple hours. If not, by all means, see me after. Do you not have choir practice right now?
I have it in a little bit. How are you doing, detective? She says.
Oh, you know, the usual, just dealing with the Christmas cranks.
No
Nothing
doubt.
too bad so far.
Well, that's good. That's good. Are you all going to be at the ceremony in a couple of days?
Of course, wouldn't miss it.
Oh, thank you, doctor, she says, hopping up. Oh, I hit something and something made a noise. Oh, there it is. And with that, what is it that you guys were going to do? I think you said you were going to go try to talk to Dr. Hawthorne?
Reginald. Yup.
Gotcha. All right. Are you both
I
going?
was gonna.
Well, is Malcolm still passed out?
He is still passed out.
Then I will be going along.
All right.
I'll just trust it to a nurse.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. I guess we'll jump over to you, Dr. Hawthorne. So it's around 5 o'clock. So maybe getting close to 6. What are you doing?
Well, I've finished my book. I've probably just finished an early dinner. So now I'm enjoying a nice port.
Gotcha. Are you still at the office or have you gone home?
I keep a bottle in the office, you know.
Gotcha. That's the 20s.
And he's, yeah. I don't have a problem.
Well, it's actually
You have
it's
a problem.
prohibition right now, so. But you know,
Oh, I forgot about that.
that's fine. I could see it
It's
still being
grape
prescribed for medical
juice.
purposes. Yeah. Well, in the Arkham supplement, they specifically say like as long as nobody gets indecent. So that's right. That guy was drinking at the bar. That's fine. Whatever. We'll go with it. The speakeasy. It was the speakeasy. It's one of those open secrets. And that's why it's definitely a crime, public indecency, stuff like that. Like, hey, you're ruining it for the rest of us, pal. Stop it. All right, so there's a
Coca-Cola, did you?
knock at the door.
Come in.
That would be you guys. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yep. Is this Dr. Hawthorne?
Yes, indeed.
You wouldn't happen to know a companion by the name of Malcolm, would you?
Oh, I've known some Malcolms. One of my former students, good man, Malcolm Graves.
Your good man was. We found him a little inebriated, which is a problem. But he was also ranting about having to meet you.
I fear that the poor man's mind might be a little gone, and maybe meeting you might help.
I see. Well, he's a good archaeologist. We've been on expeditions together, and yes. Well, it's been a while. I would be glad to meet with Mr. Graves once again.
Splendid. Are you free right now?
I am, in fact.
Then let's go
Discreetly
before
putting
you
my
have
bottle
any,
away.
Let's go before you are no longer free.
Might help. Better than throwing him in jail. It just seems like a waste of a good sell, right?
It's that Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I guess we're bringing.
All right, you guys head on back. However, when you arrive, you will find your office door. I assume, and it's they probably don't have a lot of. That's fine. You will once you enter into kind of like your lobby, you will see it is kind of definitely a wreck. Not like ransacked or anything, but like definitely it looks like a wild chicken went through here knocking shit over. So,
Detective, I feel like that jail cell might have been quite useful if this is who I think it is.
Your nurse will come out and she's like, oh, Doctor, Detective, he woke up about 10 minutes ago, ranting and raving. I did my best to stop him, but he forced his way out and ran down the street.
All right, which way did he go?
She will, I guess she's points towards the river.
I'm going to look at the detective.
About 10 minutes, she says, kind of straightening her hair. She's a little she definitely looked like she was pushed or not really. She's definitely not hurt. She was manhandled kind of thing.
All right, 10 minutes. I think we can catch up with him.
I believe that would be a great idea. We could possibly use a car. I imagine that like my clinic would have like a vehicle that we could use.
Well, let's we're gonna make Doctor, you're gonna make a luck roll. Okay, because at this point in time, like nearly, I think it was about like nearly like 40% of people had a car that could like afford one. So I feel like you could. So let's see if you, rather than roll the credit rating or anything like that, I'm not gonna worry about that.
There you go.
I think I got it just under the wire.
Oh, there you go. There you are. Yeah, you just bought one. You just bought one. We
can track him in my new. What are car brands at this time called? Is it like a Volkswagen?
You would have a Ford.
As Ford?
We can use my new
wasn't
Ford.
In the 20s, was it?
The Model T?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the Model T.
Model T.
Yeah, I think the new brand of car is called a car.
Okay, yeah, Model T was in 1908.
They've just sort of come into existence.
1920.
But yeah, no, like,
let's see here. We got Model T. It says here's some details. But okay, yeah, so the Model T was definitely there. It's there. All right, cool. You guys.
I don't think we have to crank them up anymore, at least.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, so you guys hop into your vehicle. And for narrative purposes, you are unable to find Mr. Graves at this time.
If he just went, okay, if it's just narrative purposes.
Yeah, for narrative purposes, yes. We want to get to the meat and potatoes rather than
hunting down a random dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I just hope he didn't fall in the river.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. All right, he's either hiding or he's dead in the river. One of the two. Sounds like downstream's problem.
I'm sure his corpse will not show up dramatically later.
All right.
Dr. Reginald, if our man has disappeared, I feel like it's great for me to tell you, if you were not previously informed. I do not remember if we mentioned this, but apparently you are going to be in a theater with the devil, according to your good pal Malcolm.
You did neglect to mention this.
He was having some psychosis issues.
You can see why we didn't take him to the station right away then.
Yes, I should have put him in a straitjacket of sorts.
I see. The devil, Well, Mr. Graves is a bit touched. We went on an expedition together and well, it ended poorly. I don't want to go into it, but
poorly like
no details
malaria or
like malaria.
We'll just say poorly. All right. Well, hope if he does turn up, please let me know.
I'll put in a call to the station to I'll let the footbeats keep an eye out for him.
You'll be the first to know, though I may have to send one of my nurses to make sure I can hold the man down properly.
Okay, and that's where we'll fade to black. Everyone, we're going to go ahead, take a quick break as we get to the tree lighting ceremony. So stick around.
Flashes through my mind, fractions of a bygone time, finding reasons I can't ignore. It stings just like an open sore. Stuck here in denial, waiting for you at the aisle, seeing you through blinded eyes, burning like a shining light. You're in my dreams, night and day. You're running away. I'm begging you to stay. You're in my dreams, night and day. You're running away. I'm begging you. Gashes through my heart. I feel your beatings, though we're apart. I feel you rushing through my veins, an ecstasy I can't sustain. You're in my dreams, night and day. You're running away. I'm begging you to stay. You're in my dreams, night and day. You're running away. I'm begging you. You're in my dreams, night and day. You're running away. I'm begging you to stay. You're in my dreams, night and day. You're running away. I'm begging you to stay. You're in my dreams, oh nightly. Hey, I'm gonna lean, but where to? I never wanna know. Hey, now call me a thief, but I thought I heard it on the radio. Summer sun, summer like rain, summer like healing, summer like pain. Show me, why do you care? I'm a black vulture, send me a prayer and I'll spread my wings in the sky. Let's go and wave like you see me now. Hold on, we're flying high. Let's go and wave like you see me now. Hey, tell me a story. You've been hiding yourself again. Turn your shame into glory and shake off the ball and chain. Call me insane, call me a fool. You're in the game, you play by my rules. Show me, why do you care? I'm a black vulture, send me a prayer and I'll spread my wings in the sky. Let's go, wave like you see me now.
All right, everyone, welcome back. We're going to go ahead, jump right into it. So, no luck finding graves over the next day or two. It is now December 23rd. It is the tree lighting ceremony. Anyone who's not like literally forced to work is here. Like the whole town is here. Like if you're sick or, you know, someone's got to man the police station. But honestly, the town isn't that big. So there's probably a guy manning the phone. There's probably a couple people at the hospital. But for the most part, everyone is here. There is street vendors selling, you know, roasted chestnuts, all that. This is, you know, a lot of our idea of what a Christmas looks like actually comes from the 50s. But whatever that equivalent was in the 20s, that's what's going on right now. So my question is, actually, we'll start around with you, Agnes. Since, you know, you didn't get to do too terribly much in that last little bit. What are you doing now, just before the ceremony is about to begin?
So I assume, obviously, this is all outside.
Yes.
And I assume it is snowy.
Of course, yeah.
And we are all bundled. So, maybe I think that I imagine I would be trying to be helpful, and there's maybe pamphlets or something about, oh, these are the singers and these are the selections of the songs. And I've worked really hard with some other people to really calligraphy them. So I just imagine myself walking around and handing them to people, even if they can't read. That's not the point. The point is that
literacy was not too bad. I mean, you know,
still, I'm handing them to literally everyone and their dog, essentially, because they should have this vital information. Of course, everyone wants to know about where carols came from and what they are and why.
Gotcha. Okay. That I get you. Let me find.
Seems like you actually gave one to a golden retriever.
Yeah.
I just stuck it in his collar.
Yeah. It was a seeing eye dog.
Dog literacy was still pretty low in the 20s.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Very sad.
Yeah.
We're still failing them in this American education system, you know.
All right. So, you're passing out the pamphlets. You will come upon Eleanor Price. Eleanor Price is a little bit of an elderly woman. She is part of the town choir. And as you pass, she's like, oh dear, thank you. Oh, it looks so wonderful. How are you, Agnes?
Oh, well, a little chilly. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and so I cannot be anything but so.
It is what I look forward to these every year. I remember when you couldn't, before there were these lights. It's truly a wonder of the modern age.
Yes, I do believe there was a year the tree caught fire, so thank goodness for it.
Things have gotten better. How is your younger brother still trying to be a reporter?
Yes, Daniel will chase his dreams no matter what.
I don't think his name's Daniel.
I never got a name.
Thomas.
Yes. Thank you.
It's in your packet. Anyway, so Thomas.
I see it.
It's in there. If you scroll down. There. Thomas,
I know it's Thomas now.
There you go.
So I'm gonna backtrack.
That's fine. Whatever. You said the right name. It's fine. It's a short shot. I don't expect you to memorize everything. Well, yes. Well, good. And walking past her is Clara Evans. Clara is also part of the town choir as well. Let me click on her real quick just to see, get my quick update of her. Gotcha. So Clara will walk by, and Clara, there's no need for a roll. It's more interesting for you to just see. Clara is composed, but she definitely looks like she's had several sleepless nights. And Eleanor will kind of give her the side eye, like, Well, it seems Clara has been up a lot recently. I hear.
I do believe there have been late night practices.
Oh, yes, but I'm wondering if she practices more with that with perhaps a charming young man. Positively indecent.
Her studies are suffering, I do wonder.
I do wonder indeed. Listen, me going on like an old hen. You enjoy the festivities. And no doubt you will take a great deal of enjoyment from the carols. Edwin, a genius.
Well, I am looking forward to it, and of course seeing you every single year. We could not do it without you, Miss Eleanor.
Do give your mother my best.
I will, of course.
She says, waddling over to the tree.
And I will watch her waddle and giggle.
Gotcha. All right. Detective Mallory, what are you doing?
Well, I'm probably...
A little louder, please.
Sorry. I'm probably walking around looking for trouble.
Gotcha.
Of course. Just keeping an eye out for it. I don't expect any. I've probably got some of those roasted chestnuts and a cigarette.
Yeah. Officer Mullen will approach you. He's got, we'll say, have some popcorn, no doubt. And he's in his uniform, kind of walking the beat. You enjoy your weekend, detective? It's been a couple of days.
Yeah, everything's fine. It's
well,
still kind of wondering where that weirdo ran off to.
Well, count yourself lucky, says crunching on the popcorn. This last couple of days have been real busy. Strange. Everyone, I swear, is like in some sort of a mania. The holidays getting to them. We have had that on Friday night, the night you were off, we had the whole jail full. Spoke about getting into tussles, arguing. I mean, everyone's out now, as the captain. Don't want to ruffle too many feathers. The mayor wants everyone here. So
right, like what were fights?
Yeah.
Time?
Nothing dangerous, I would say. Just people having a little too much holiday cheer, or too much arguing at the dinner table.
Yeah,
That's still strange, though. Not quite. Not usually something that happens this time of year.
Right, I can't help but think we got new folk coming into town. I don't know, maybe people getting rustled up.
Well, maybe the Christmas cheer will bring everyone down.
Well, let's hope so.
So he will walk away, and as you do, let me find another person to... So a young man approaches you, and you recognize him as Thomas Bellamy, Agnes's brother. And he's got the hat, and he's got the notepad, and he is walking towards you. He's just hired on at the Arkham Gazette, and he is overzealous to find any scoop. And he is eyeing you, walking towards you. What do you do?
I am turning around and trying to walk the other direction, hoping that he does not see me.
Gotcha. All right, well, give me a stealth check.
One of my better skills.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, unfortunately, though, not enough. That's okay, though. That's okay. Not the worst check to fail. So Thomas ends up like, you think you're clear of him, and you turn around, and suddenly there he is. Like, detective.
Thomas, yeah.
I just got a couple questions for you involving, I believe it was the disappearance of a one Mr. Graves.
I don't really have a whole lot of time right now. I'm really pretty busy, Thomas.
Literally, a bug just fell in my eye. Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry. Speaking of Cthulhu, oh my God.
We got bugs falling out of the sky. Christmas.
Yeah, Jesus. Okay.
It's not snowing.
Yeah, I was just suddenly like, what the hell is that falling in my eye? All right, there we go. Okay. So, going back. So, I was following up on the disappearance of a Mr. Graves. Has he been found?
No, but he's not exactly missing.
Nah. And I heard he said something about the devil coming to town. Do you have any comment on that?
He was drunk.
Ah, okay. And one other thing, Detective. I was wondering if you had any comment about Officer Mullen. Have you not heard?
Excuse me.
Well, he has been reported by some of my sources that he's in some financial trouble, and he might be falling in with the wrong crowd to alleviate them, if you catch my meaning. I was wondering if you had any comment in regards to that.
I'm going to reach over.
Okay.
Push his notepad down. In a very, very aggressive cop kind of way.
Gotcha.
Thomas, what sources are you talking about? Mullen's a good cop. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, it's some of the street gangs have been talking about it, and I can't reveal my sources, but it might be nothing. But you never know. A young reporter's gotta be able to look for whatever he can find. See what the editor says. Obviously, I'm not going to print anything unless I have a little bit more substantial evidence. But can't blame a kid for trying.
Why are you talking to street gangs?
Well, because crime sells. That's what the chief says, or the editor. Excuse me. That's what the editor says.
Chief says. That's what the chief. Thomas, be careful out there, okay?
No.
Why don't you let
comment?
Thank you. Why don't you let the grown-ups look into this one?
Okay. Well, if I end up being right, you owe me an exclusive. He says, kind of like, he kind of touches the brim of your hat with his pencil and then walks off.
Sure. God damn it.
Going over you to Dr. Langley, what are you doing?
Since Langley, if I remember correctly, is a very well-respected member of the community, I feel like him and a few nurses who have volunteered have set up like a little miniature medical area for kids that scrape their knees running a little bit too fast or other treatable incidences, so nobody has to miss the Christmas show.
Gotcha. Okay, I love it. Okay. Cool.
Blankets for the poor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's head over to you here, Doctor. Let's see if I've got any fun little plot items to challenge you with here. Let's see here.
And because I looked it up, Band-Aids were invented in 1920.
There you go. Oh, look at that. Have you seen this newfangled invention here?
Kids like, don't put it on me.
They started being mass-produced in 1924, so they are very new.
There you go. There you are. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to find you some gossip or NPCs to throw at you here.
Ooh, gossip.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a kid getting their first Band-Aid and not knowing not to just rip it off?
Yikes! Now that you say that
You
actually
need
sounds
to keep
terrifying.
the Band-Aid on.
They know
have
when
to, like-
they did it.
They'd have to wrap it in like a layer of gauze just to be
Well,
safe.
because they wouldn't know it hurts to just rip it off or to put under hot water. They would just be like, I'm done with this.
And then you hear the children scream.
Yes.
Oh,
So-
everybody's having such a good time.
Wasn't polio during this time period too?
Polio was like a long time. Yeah, it was.
I know, but wasn't it a problem? I mean, it's always been a problem. Never mind.
Oh yeah, it was.
You're thinking, you're gonna be like, yes.
No, I mean, I think we didn't have the vaccines around yet though, or
What
like,
Yeah,
was it, the
vaccine-
Spanish
yeah.
flu? What happened during the 20s? I'm thinking of that was like just terrible.
I think
No,
there was
polio. No, polio was in.
Was it influenza?
I mean, there's always influenza at this time because antibiotics weren't penicillin, from what I researched, was kind of discovered and is being worked on, but it is like impossible to produce in mass quantities at this point in time. Like people are aware of penicillin, but like very specific people, and the idea of trying to produce it on a large scale right now is just like unthinkable.
yeah,
So-
Spanish flu epidemic ended in
That's what it-
1920.
That's what I thought, is that there was like this, because everyone always talks about it's always the 20s of the century that have these epidemics, and that's why it happened in 2020. Like everybody, anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm rabbit trailing.
All right, so Dr. Langley, as you're over there giving out these newfangled Band-Aids to all the kids that, you will see Daisy Bellows will approach you. And I did not include this in your story, Dr. Langley. Are you married? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, are you
Yeah.
married?
I am not.
All right, well, there you go, Mr. Eligible Bachelor with a medical degree. Daisy Bellows will approach. She is one of the town's school teachers. She'll be like, and as you're no doubt, of course, doing the charming doctor kind of setup here, putting the Band-Aid on, like, oh, you run along, you little rascal. She has a very pleasant smile on her face.
Oh, Miss Daisy. Is there something the matter?
Oh no, it's just very, very thoughtful of you, Doctor, to be so generous. She says, like, looking at the Band-Aid, like, no doubt these are quite expensive.
You'd actually be quite surprised. They most recently started being able to produce them. It's quite the feat, especially when you consider that the Band-Aid was created initially for cooking.
Oh, really? Oh, you're just
Yes.
full of fun little facts, aren't you, Doctor? She says, smiling and blushing. That being said, after she's done blushing, her eyes kind of seem to go over your shoulder as if she's watching someone else for a second, and she has a little bit of a grimace.
Is something the matter, Miss Daisy?
I'm sorry, Doctor. She kind of indicates by like, I just get a bad feeling from that man. And you look behind.
Check who's behind me.
It is Edwin Drake, the choir director. He is starting to usher people to the stage as the warm-ups are about ready to begin.
I have not interacted with that man before, have I?
You may have, like, quote unquote. It's a small town, as in, like, it's a city for the 1920s. Like, there's still a fair amount of people here. So it's possible for you to meet, but I would say.
Plus, doctors' clinics sold all sorts of things, that people might want.
You might not have had any extended interaction with him. That I think is 100% appropriate to say.
Well, Miss Daisy, I am quite certain that speaking ill of a man is not the best thing, especially for the holidays. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, she seems to, kind of get lost in thought for a second. Nothing really. I was just, coming by to say hello, she says, kind of giggling. a very small giggle. She's like, and then we'll try to conveniently come up with an excuse to go off and do her own thing, as now she is flustered.
Well, I suppose I say goodbye to Miss Daisy and then go back to reorganizing my stuff.
Gotcha. Dr. Hawthorne, what are you doing?
Well, I've just finished packing my pipe, and I'm smoking it in the brisk, cool air, bundled up with my coat. And I light it and then puff thoughtfully while watching the stage where Mr. Drake is getting everyone filed and ready.
The question is, are you married? Are any of us married?
I probably am married, but since I'm always off running to some foreign land, we're estranged.
Sad. Not even on Christmas.
Oh, I'll be home, dear. I promise.
I gotta go get another quart of milk.
Let's see here.
Kitten? No.
All right. So you're just watching the festivities?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Smoking.
Gotcha. Trying to think of who to throw at you here. That sounds terrible, but you know what I meant. Let's see here. I'm thinking too long here. I think we should probably just, let's see here.
If it's GM, I'm walking over with a pamphlet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll let you two have some fun. Go ahead. There you go. Yes, take all the work from me. I love it. Go ahead. Yes. Do the work.
Oh, Dr. Hawthorne, here you are. I think you would appreciate this. I worked extra hard to talk about all of the carols and make sure that everyone knew their origins. And I also have a page with the lyrics, should anyone want to sing along, in the order that they will be seen in the show today.
Oh, Miss Bellamy, you are, as always, quite studious.
Thank you, Professor. Is your wife not here today? I really thought I'd be seeing her.
Oh, I think she's preferring to stay in. The cold air is a bit much for her constitution.
Oh, it's such a shame. It's such a beautiful ceremony. Maybe I should call on her. I could take one of the pamphlets and make her some tea.
That would be lovely. I would not mind having you in our home.
Is there a time that works for you, sir?
Well, I'll tell you
when
what.
When does your wife not nap? It's important to let elderly women have their naps. I've learned that.
Oh my God.
At my mother's age.
Oh, I'm elderly now.
I meant no offense. I'm so sorry, Doctor. Oh my goodness. That. No, sir. You were so young at heart. I apologize.
Dr. Hawthorne, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Make a. Just looking at it. What was it? I think it was. I was literally just looking at the skill. I want to say it's history.
History or history Arkham?
This is specifically just a generic history check. Jesus, welcome to this game where it's that's one thing I hate about Call of Cthulhu, man. It is just brutal when it comes to dice rolls. All right, there you go. Never mind. Unless you want to spend like a ton of luck, but I don't think it's worth it this second. So,
no.
All right.
I take Agnes's pamphlet and glance it over and
Gotcha.
Just say, well, how about after tonight's celebration, you come on by? I'm sure that Mildred won't mind.
Is it all right if I bring my brother? I'm afraid my mother's been feeling very ill and I've had to keep an eye on him. But he's full of very interesting conversation if you don't mind rambling.
Oh, certainly I wouldn't mind having the young man come along as well.
Yes, and since our father's death, it might be good for him to have a man to look to. So, yes, that would be great. Thank you so much.
Of course. Anything for you, my dear.
Well, enjoy the show. And I'm going to boink, 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 boink to the next person and like grab a kid by their scarf and be like, did you get a pamphlet? Take this, kiddo.
I'm over here hustling.
Merry Christmas to you.
All right. You will hear from the mic as the mayor, Silas Thatcher, gets up. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the wonderful tree lighting ceremony of Arkham. I see many wonderful people of the town here. Oh, yes. And he'll, pick out a few, local celebrities here and there. Like, oh, yes, there's our chief of police. I have a round of applause. Thank you. Yes, well. And he's like, he'll turn to, we'll say, let's see, trying to think. There's probably a local judge. We'll turn to the local judge. He's like, yes, and judge, if you'll do the honor. And he's, there's this ceremonial switch that he flips, and illuminating this large, wonderful tree for those of us in modern times. Not very bright, but in the 1920s, oh my God, blowing everybody's mind. That's what this is. As the typical hum of electricity. And he's like, and now? And then, like, as it's, going on, he's going to kind of indicate over to Edwin, who's like, and he will begin, they'll begin the carols, which initially starts out, it seems, it kind of flows together. It's definitely got the deck the halls kind of thing.
Can they be singing Oh Christmas Tree?
Yeah, there you go. Oh Christmas Tree. I like that. Oh Christmas Tree. Oh Christmas. We don't want to let Jonathan sing. He's terrible at it. But as it continues, what I need from you, Agnes, a listen check. And from you, Dr. Hawthorne, I am going to have you make what I want from you.
Are the skills in a different sheet? Attributes. So, there we go. Thank you.
Yeah, there's.
I was just checking.
Yeah, you see it?
Yep, I got it.
Cool. All right, we'll have her roll real quick. You are going to make a I feel like archaeology won't directly apply, but go ahead and roll it anyway.
Archaeology?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like there's a better skill for it, but I'm not going to pause and break the flow of the narrative to sit here and try to find a better skill.
For some reason, I'm clicking it and it's not rolling.
It may just be behind.
Yeah, that's right, because last time I went. All right. Jeez.
Yeah,
all right, well,
happened.
So you could spend some luck, Dr. Hawthorne, if you want to succeed, because you only need to spend 5 luck.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let me go roll for Agnes. Agnes, I said, listen. There you go. You failed, Agnes, but you could spend luck too. Do you want to spend luck as well?
Sure.
All right, I'll go drop you down. Boom. All right, you will succeed. For the audience.
Sorry, these aren't my glasses. So.
Yeah, exactly. We're using kind of a little bit of the pulp rules that you can spend luck to succeed. I like that stuff here. All right, so just 5 luck for you. That is the wrong doctor. You need to stop clicking on these doctors here. You got too many people. It's such a Cthulhu adventure. All right, so we will succeed. starting with you, Agnes, you have actually, even though rolling terribly here, everybody roll. I think the last 3 rolls have been in the 80s. Geez, and you guys are both very skilled at this. So, wow. So, Agnes, you are known for having a very good ear. Student of musicology, things like that. Well. It's up to you whether or not you're particularly performative. Are you performative? I think you might have perform.
I have perfect pitch.
You have, you can perform instrument. Yeah, so you play some sort of instrument really well.
With perfect pitch.
There you go. Well, you're able, you have a good ear, regardless. Well, whatever it is that you play. As the music continues, you hear these strange notes, tones in the music that begin to unnerve you a bit. It's weird for you to hear. And you almost feel as if you may have heard these notes before, but definitely not from any Christmas carol. And you're not certain where it's from. Dr. Hawthorne.
Yes.
You, on the other hand, will recognize like this where Agnes has picked up the notes. You're picking up, as you're hearing this, it spurs to life, where you now go, wait a second. You now actually read the lyrics, where before you didn't roll well enough to notice that. Now you do. There is something strange about the lyrics that to you fill you with the sense of dread. And you're looking at it and you're like, these lyrics, they're definitely, just like lots of music where they will go into a foreign language. It's more of the melody for the people who don't speak that language. Mm-hmm. And it does remind you of, luckily for you, I have a bunch of stuff. Let me see here.
I know Arabic, Ancient Greek, and Latin.
Mm-hmm. Fancy.
Christmas choirs just singing O Fortuna.
Oh, Christmas tree.
Oh, Tenenbaum.
Alright, where is this? I initially had... Let me...
Watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
It just never stops.
It just never stops.
Satan is coming to town. That is an acronym that a lot of Christians believe Santa stands for, so.
Let's see here. Gotcha. You, as you're hearing the lyrics, there is something that comes to mind that you recognize these lyrics from a book that you've read. It's just right now, it's just definitely calling you I know this, I know these lyrics, but I can't quite place it. Your mind is not necessarily full of all these facts.
Okay.
The music continues. Is there anything the two of you do? Because everybody else is kind of just the other two characters are definitely, it's music.
I want to kind of wander maybe around where the orchestra is to see if there's just an instrument or something that I don't recognize that maybe I'm hearing, because of course I have perfect pitch, and so I could not possibly be wrong. I am absolutely hearing correctly.
Yes. Well, there's we're just gonna say it's there's just a 4-piece here. It's not particularly robust.
Okay. I still want to wander to see if perhaps one of the because I play violin, so maybe one of them messed up or something.
No one's messing up. You haven't. I should say you're not getting the impression that anyone is either aware they're messing up or no one singing is dude, you're off, what are you doing kind of thing. No one's doing that. They look like Everything is just the way it's supposed to be.
So now I'm more confused than ever because I should not be hearing these sounds.
Gotcha. Anything else?
I stop smoking my pipe. I pull it from my mouth and just squint and listen to the words and look at the lyrics on the page. And I'm just very puzzled. Where have I read this before?
Gotcha.
This is most unusual.
Well, as you're considering like where it is, it becomes to Maggie. It's her turn to begin her solo, and this beautiful angelic voice just fills it. And like I said, it's even though you're hearing these strange sounds, it is now overpowered by the beautiful voice of Maggie. Although,
Let's have a really good voice then.
yeah, a couple of bars into the piece, she begins to falter a little bit, and you guys will look, because everyone kind of notices that, and blood will begin to like drip out of her nose, and then she will, as she kind of like does that kind of unconsciously, she then will just collapse to the ground and begin convulsing.
Am I the closest to her? Because
you are the closest to her.
I'm booking it to try to catch her or pick her up or whatever.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm grabbing a first aid kit and
Gotcha.
I'm just sprinting.
Maggie!
All
And I
right.
like pick her up.
It says I'm a family friend of Maggie, so I will try to.
All right, as she falls.
I was gonna summon the doctor, but I'll clear the crowds.
Gotcha. All right, so you start pushing people like, give him space, doctor. Is there a doctor in the house? Kind of thing. What are you doing, Dr. Hawthorne? Because it's probably not the doctor they're looking for.
Yeah, not a lot of archaeology going to
Yeah.
go for a bloody nose.
Quickly, let's bury her, and I'll be able to figure out what happened.
I need a test unit right away.
I move up with the crowd with curiosity, but I don't push in too hard. I'm concerned about Maggie. She's a very nice girl, but I don't want to crowd away so that Dr. Langley can't get in and do his job.
Last thing I need from everybody is a sanity check.
Oh boy.
All right. There you go. Dr. Hawthorne, you pass. Dr. Langley, you pass.
This is just a normal Tuesday for me.
Yeah, Agnes, you pass. There you go. Or no, wait, Detective Mallory, you fail. It's okay. We're gonna roll. Where's my dice here? Roll a d4 here. Oh, okay. You are going to lose 3 points of
Not on Christmas.
One day of a year, I lower my guard.
All right.
My day off. I'm too old for this.
Where's that guy with 7 drinks?
Exactly. It's all his fault. All right. So collapses to the ground. There you go. So you're staying back. Mallory, continuing you here. You're pushing everyone back. That being said, as you're kind of clearing everyone back, there is a character who will step forward. Detective Price, who you work with in the past. You know, like he's a, you know, one of, there's probably about, in this town, there's probably only like 3 or 4 detectives. So he's another detective. He is there, and he starts kind of like taking your lead, and he starts pushing. Oh, geez, starts pushing people back. But then he eventually pushes. Let me make sure he's not in the choir, because that wouldn't make sense. I've got a list of people is some of the characters in the choir here. Make sure it's not him. All right. He ends up pushing the local butcher. I believe. Is that the butcher? The butcher? I feel like that might be. Yeah, the butcher, Samuel Carter. But Mr. Carter seems to not take kindly to that, and then like gives Detective Price a solid shove. And then so once Price is shoved, Price will then move forward to continue this altercation. Is there anything that you do?
Yeah, I think I better step into that.
All right, what are you doing?
Break up. I'm gonna try to step into it. Just easy.
All right, are you gonna try
Gentlemen,
persuade
easy.
or intimidate? What are we doing here?
Well, let me look at the skills.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we better try intimidate. Okay, so that approach will be, more like, knock it off. One of those.
Gotcha.
All right, so
There we go. Ooh, that's just off by 1. You wanna?
yeah, I'll luck that.
You'll luck that. There we go. Losing sanity and luck might as well here. All right, that's just minus. I mean, it's only, he's off by 1, so might as well. All right, so you're able to calm the two of them down. Price was initially coming in to, lay some good old-fashioned 1920s justice on this dude. That being said, it seems as if this shoving match is starting to spread to further into the crowd. As suddenly it seems chaos is breaking loose, and everyone, with the collapse of Maggie, seems to be like wondering what's going on. Everyone's pushing and shoving seems to be spreading some sort of discontent or discordance. Ooh. Dr. Langley, you have now approached Maggie. What do you do?
So she's convulsing.
Yes, and she's starting to froth at the mouth too.
Oh, drugs.
Dr. Langley, help her. Dr. Langley.
Look,
Drugs.
Because I'm literally holding her.
This is a cocaine stat.
all of the cocaine that I have in this bag right
You
now.
just pull out a block, just start slicing.
Miss Melody, it's going to be okay. We're going to make sure that she gets out of this okay. Dr. Langley is going to kneel over, kind of like quickly assess, and then he like looks over. Who looks particularly strong? Like, is the choir still going? Like, what's going on right now?
The choir, yeah, definitely choir.
Like, are they still singing?
Yeah. In the
Like,
choir.
is she just convulsing?
No, they've all stopped. In the choir.
Okay.
I wish.
You know what?
So-
There is Thomas Green, who's the young apprentice carpenter. He's not a stocky man, but definitely I would say he's kind of like medium height, but definitely, he's got a little bit of a build to him. He's not, but there's definitely someone
Actually,
you would expect to have a little bit of physical strength, definitely.
That's exactly what I need. I point to that man right there. Mm-hmm. And I just say, come here, boy. And just wave him over.
All right, so
And if he listens.
Yeah, no, he comes
Yes,
over.
You come over here right now. And as this is going on, I want him to hold her shoulders down. Mm-hmm. I want to hold her down while she's convulsing. We inject people in the 1920s, right? That's not a modern thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. I feel like there's a sedative I can give her that I have in my bag just in case people got a little too rowdy.
Why not?
So I'm going to see if I can like inject with some kind of sedative. I'm getting to look. She's foaming at the mouth. I'm doing everything I can. I'm wiping the blood away, trying to stop her from moving. Everything that I can do. Is she breathing?
She is still breathing, yes. Give me a medicine
Does she
check.
have a pulse?
Let's go do that medicine check here.
All right. Is it medicine or would you want first aid?
Either one. I'll take either.
Okay, we're going to go with first aid because I feel like it's not good enough for a medicine. Oh. That's a success.
Woo.
Yay.
Oh, well, there we
Won't
go.
be in vain anyway, isn't it?
Well, so I assume your eventual goal is to try to stabilize her, or at least stop the frothing, stop the symptoms from
Stop
getting
the
worse.
frothing, stop everything. If I can get her to stop moving, then roll her on the side, see if there's like anything caught in her throat.
Gotcha.
There's nothing caught in her throat, like the whole thing.
Yeah,
the whole
you're
9
doing
yards.
the whole thing. Put a spoon in her mouth because that's probably what you think is okay at this point in time. Make sure she didn't swallow her tongue or whatever craziness that is happening. So that being said, while that's all happening, Dr. Hawthorne, are you doing anything?
At this point, I'm encouraging people to stop pushing at each other.
Gotcha. Careful, guys. We're getting some echo here, so just let you know.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to try to encourage people to stop pushing.
Yes.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Because I'm so good at that.
No, you are not. You are not. All right.
Stop it.
Yes.
You've accidentally said something that just makes it worse.
Yes. So, yes. Suddenly, Dr. Hawthorne, one of the townsfolk is going to decide they are mad at you, and they're going to take a swing at you.
Oh, no.
Yeah, let's see here. So I got a list of NPCs. Let's pick someone just like, I'm going to make it weird. The mechanic. He's going to try to take a swing.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm about to get a tune-up.
Yes, there you go.
Can the good doctor throw hands? That's the question.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see here. All right, let's go ahead and roll. Oh, an extreme success. I love it. All right, let me check here. It's been a hot second.
Extreme damage.
Yeah. So, yeah, you were totally not aware, and he just, bam, just nailed you good in the face.
That?
Yeah.
Did you just kill him?
No.
Is he dead?
Okay, good. Yeah.
No, this is just like a punch. It's not like anything that's, let's see here.
Okay.
It only took about an hour before somebody's nearly dead.
Yes. There it is. No, we're not impaling him. No.
Well, I looked at that damage.
That's a strong punch.
That's the number of hit points I have.
7?
And I'm the physical.
Oh, there it is. 7. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it does the damage for me. Nice. People watching, I love Roll20 or automated things that prevent me from looking things up. All right, Doc, you just took it to the face. All right, Doc, let's see what happens to you. So I gotta close you out. All right, yeah, you just got solidly laid into here. I gotta check the hit points here too. Like I said, I play too many games, so sometimes I don't remember what the hit points are here. Damage diagram here.
I'm not sure I'm conscious.
Let's see here. Hit points fall to 0. That's when you... I think you're still up. Oh, here it is. Damage levels. Damage taken from a single attack. Okay. If the damage from a single attack is less than half, it's normal. If it is equal to or more than half, you receive a major wound. All right. Major wounds are on...
This is why we have a
119.
doctor in the house.
Yeah, exactly, All right, Doc, you just got laid into. Let's check out page 119 of the core book here.
It's all right. I hurt his hand with my face.
There you go. Yes, good job here. All right, major wound here. Tick the major wound box. The character immediately falls prone. You must make a successful con save or con check to avoid falling unconscious. All right, well, you just got... All right, Doc, you just got laid the out. So you're like, everyone, no, out.
Oh, no. And they steal his pipe.
Yeah, there you go.
Dude, no. You see this?
Let's see here. Is that? There it is. I do not know. God, give me a spot hidden, I guess.
So I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to have to pull like Oh, I'm pretty good at that. 1920s cop riot control. Which is, You can guess what that'll be.
Exactly. Billy
Okay.
clubs. Oh, you succeed. Yeah. So you see, there's definitely some fisticuffs breaking out, and you see Dr. Hawthorne take one to the chin, and only one to the chin, and he is down.
But it's enough. He goes down like
Academia.
cartoon character.
Academia.
Yeah, like he goes down like an academic. Okay.
Exactly. All right.
So
I want it on a t-shirt.
so are
That
the
does sound inappropriate if we put that on a t-shirt. He goes down like
So are
an
the other-
academic.
so are the other cops doing anything? There were some other cops around.
Yeah, no, indeed. There's, but I would say there's probably not, like, this isn't, at least in my head, I wasn't around in the 1920s. I feel like security for like a small New England town is probably not super beefy. So for you, yeah, they're around, but you're not sure what they're doing because it's getting very chaotic in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna make a bold nerd decision.
Duty cops.
I'm gonna make a bold nerd decision, and I'm gonna assume this is just a regular. This is not a supernatural riot. It's a regular riot, and people are just getting a little rowdy. So I'm assuming I have my firearm.
Yes. I actually think I have to add it to your sheet real quick, but go ahead.
But I'm going to fire it into the air.
Fair enough. Absolutely. As one should.
I guess do that as almost like an intimidation check, if possible.
Yeah, speaking of which, I should add that to your sheet here. Let's do revolver, because that's revolver.
No, I think it would be intimidate, but if you want me to make it as a handgun check to see if my bullet accurately intimidates into the air.
No, we'll do
it's real simple.
Intimidates into the air.
I don't know what this one. We'll just drop this in here. Boom. There we go. We dropped a revolver into your combat section here. Okay, cool.
I see it.
There we go. All right. Go ahead. So you're going to get 2 bonus dice on your intimidate check.
Okay, so I just make the roll and then I add the bonus dice?
Yeah, so we'll see if you succeed to begin with. So let's go ahead. Well, you succeed. If you want, so here, I'll do it real quick. I'm right here. I can just do 2.
Sure.
2 dice, 2 bonus. There you go. Bonus penalty. Gotcha. A 3. That's weird that it does it that way. Yeah, you will take that. So let me check your sheet real quick. Because there's half and then fifth. So half of that is 32. Yeah, there you go. So you will have, I'm not sure if you have you have a good success, whatever the second degree. I don't think it's extreme success, but you have a very, whatever the second level.
A hard
success. There we go. Yeah. So you nail that. So
I just fire my gun in there and
and sound travels better in cold environments. So it definitely echoes through, and everyone is going to, freeze in fear for just
everybody stop and just yell everybody stop right now.
Yeah.
Take one step back.
So everyone, there's a delay to the people complying, but that's probably more of just it's a giant mob at this point in time, more than it is defiance than anything else. So people will step back, and you'll see Officer Mullen start going, coming up with a couple of the other officers to kind of start corralling people. Oh, excuse me. All right. So, Dr. Hawthorne, you continue to be unconscious. Dr. Langley and Agnes, what do you do?
Well, I'm helping hold down
Have I been?
Maggie while you shoot her with whatever it is you got.
Yeah, how
I'm just
successful have I
crying.
been so far? That's the important thing.
So as you are attempting to, as she's stable, she's still kind of twitching a little bit, but definitely not in immediate danger. The Edwin Drake will kneel down next to you, and is like, "Is she okay?"
Well, she's breathing. She has a heart rate, and she is no longer convulsing. So I would say, for what I can do here, she is about as okay as we can make it. I've asked one of the nurses that volunteered to rush over to the hospital to see if we can get a crew coming over to help her out.
There are ambulances at this time, so an ambulance is just a phone call away, which I'm sure is an eternity compared to what the response as it is now. But
right.
Edwin will kneel over, and he's like, "Oh, poor soul. The music can drain the body and spirit."
This was more than just simple music, sir.
This is exhaustion.
How hard have you been working these people? Are all of them going to drop down like this if we keep this up? We may have to cancel the rest of the concert.
Well, okay. I mean, he looks over at the detective who just shot, around in the air. I think the festivities might be canceled for now, but no matter. She has earned her rest.
Perhaps if you start the music again, it will rally people to calm down and return to being normal.
I would advise against that, Miss Bellamy. If these people are exhausted, I mean, take or O'Connell. If they're just like her, then any continuation of this song may very well kill them.
So the person you called over to help, Thomas, he's in the choir, and he's like, she has been working hard, but I assure you, Doctor, he says, kind of with a strong slap on your back, we're fine. We're fine.
Can I do like a once over on this man to see how fine he actually is?
Sure. Go ahead, give me a, I think it would be a psychology test. So I feel like psychoanalyze takes more time than...
I have not failed yet.
There you go. Well, there you go. All right. So,
I need this man's dice.
Right?
He definitely, there is a look in his eye that you find a little concerning, but he appears to be in great physical health.
I shine a light into his eye.
So he will, Thomas.
Hold still, boy. Just put your hand down. Do his pupils expand?
His pupils dilate. They do. Everything's natural there.
Well, I would like to see this girl off the stage before we continue.
As would I. And it is awfully cold, and this costume is not sufficient. And I'm like taking off like my cloak and like wrapping her in it.
No doubt. She should definitely be given medical attention. Edwin will turn around to everyone. He's like, everyone, go back to your homes. Let's go back to your homes, please. And it's he's quite the charming fellow. In addition, there's a gunshot and a bunch of cops saying, all right, everyone, nothing to see here. Disperse.
We canceled Christmas.
Yeah, we
canceled Christmas. Sorry.
The cops canceled Christmas. Sorry.
All right.
Has anyone checked on Hawthorne?
I mean, I don't know if any of us saw him go down.
Yeah, I'm kind of focused on the person with the Caesars right now. Did you tell us?
I did.
Yeah,
no,
you did?
I saw that happen. I didn't tell you yet, but I was gonna.
Yeah.
I was letting you guys do what you were gonna do, and then once the things calmed
go
down,
check on him.
Check on him.
Okay. I'm going to take what's left of my first aid kit, and I'm going to walk over to the knocked out doctor.
All right, give me a
first.
Give me a first aid check.
Before I do any kind of medical thing, I look him over. I feel like there's already like giant swelling on his chin where he got clocked. And I just like give him a couple slaps, see if he wakes up before I do anything medical.
You know what? That's very 1920s of you. Take a bonus dice on your first aid check.
Yes, some first aid.
He got hit in the face. Let's hit him in the face.
Extreme
see if he's
success.
okay.
All right. He gives you a slap and that wakes you up. It's like,
Good there, Dr. Hawthorne.
No, I think he's supposed to get hit points back from this too. I think.
Says here, first
Getting
aid
slapped in the face.
against 1 hit point. It may attempt to 2 people can.
He slapped me and gave me a hit point. Awesome.
Yeah. You just slapping the health back into you.
We're just gonna slap each other anytime there's combat or anything.
Look, guys, I just have healing hands, okay? That's all it is.
You can slap the health back into people, but you cannot slap the sanity back.
That's your clinic's motto. We slap the health back into people. Complimentary slap on entry.
But of course, this is Call of Cthulhu, and Dr. Hawthorne was unconscious, so there has to be some sort of maddening thing that happens to him while he's unconscious. So, Dr. Hawthorne, before you are slapped back to consciousness and health, you will see, I don't know, where do you go? Like, where does your mind go when suddenly struck unconscious?
I think it falls back on those lyrics I was reading. And I'm just trying to... I was pondering that right up until the point where I saw her go down, and then
you
me
went
go down.
I was thinking of that until I saw a knuckle sandwich. A 5-finger discount, but whatever that is. All right. So you're pondering these lyrics, and now, you know, in this moment, you see yourself. Like you, if you're like, imagine like, you know, dream sequence, you wake up, you are sitting in this red velvet chair surrounded by other chairs. You are in the audience of a theater. And you look up and there is a opera being sung. And it's charming at first, but the music really takes this strange tune. And it's starting to like really, you know, your heart races and you want to get up. You want to actually, then the audience around you at first cheer, and then their excitement turns to frenzy and into madness as they begin to tear each other apart. You want to stand up and get free of this, but as you turn, there is a man wrapped in yellow next to you, and he will put his hand on your shoulder, and he whispers into your ear, and he says, "Dogs, knock it off. That's not what he said."
He just barks.
Yeah. That's what he says. Let me find. I want to make sure I say it right, because of course you know it's a. Where are we at here? Where is this? There it is. Where is it? I just want to make sure I say it right. Come on, computer. I can spell it right here. Maybe not. Come on. Oh, there we go. He says, if I'm trying to sit here and make it seem, he says, Carcosa. And then that's when you get slapped in the face and you awake. Now, you have to make a sanity check.
All right.
Does the devil slap him too? Or the man in yellow slap him?
There you go, you pass. All right, so And now you have a terrible pain on one side of your face and a small sting on the other. And there is Dr. Langley above you.
Ah, welcome back to the land of the living, Dr. Hawthorne.
Carcosa.
I'm sorry?
Peculiar. Most peculiar.
Ah, so you do still speak English. I was almost concerned that you got so much sense knocked out of you that you started speaking a different tongue. Well, up we go. I want to help him up.
Gotcha.
Just not even give him time to get his bearings.
Gotcha.
All right, I get up.
Mechanic.
I look around for my pipe. It's gone. Lost in the crowd, probably.
You took a nasty punch there. Maybe we should go to our clinic, see if there's any lasting effects, especially with whatever language and whatever word that was that you uttered. Could be something weird.
The ambulance arrives.
I feel I should go meet them first. I'm
Gotcha.
just gonna go walk over them.
All right, so there's a couple of, attendants. Actually, I believe at this point in time, this is what residents do. They run the ambulance. So you will meet a couple resident doctors, and they will take Maggie. Are we taking the doctor as well, or Dr. Hawthorne?
I'll see the Dr. Hawthorne in my own clinic.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can get there under my own power.
Gotcha. And Detective Mallory, Agnes?
Does Maggie have family in the crowd? Are there other people
I will
that
assume
could go
so.
with her to the hospital?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know because that would change my decision. So I assume her family is already here, being like, "Oh my goodness."
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi. So what are you going to do then, Agnes?
Well, I was gonna say if she didn't have any family, I would go with her.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to be disrespectful, so I'm gonna go find my brother and hope that he doesn't need to go to the doctor because he is rambunctious and no doubt was like, "Yeah, fight, woo!"
All right. And Dr. Mallory, what are you doing?
I'm still not a doctor.
Oh, that's
You've been
I said I would-
honorary.
Yeah,
all right, detective.
Firing a gun into the air does not
Exactly. If only. If only.
give me credentials as a doctor.
Here's my academic thesis.
Yeah, I think at this point, Mallory is just kind of lighting up another cigarette and looking down contemplatively into the. I couldn't remember if there's snow.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
there's
is
snow.
picturesque here.
Kind of just shuffling his shoe in the snow, just wondering what the hell has gotten into this damn town. It's just starting to add up into something weird here. It's a couple of things is bad is one thing, but this is getting out of hand.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like Langley and Hawthorne are heading to his clinic. You go to find your brother, Agnes. He's like, "Oh boy, what a scoop."
Thomas, we need to go home.
Well, I got to drop this off at the Gazette as soon as we can.
We're going home.
All right, give me an intimidate check to see if you can intimidate your little brother. He wants to make it big.
Yeah, he's Johnny on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not here?
I can find it if you need me to.
If you find it faster than me.
Where are
There it is.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Well, geez, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, you would scare anybody with that. And the worst part is you're terrible at it, but you still got a hard success. He's like, okay, fine. I guess I can call him from home.
Yes, you can. And I'm going to start dragging him towards our home.
You're not even letting him walk.
I don't trust him to walk.
She's scary now.
So, Detective Mallory, as everyone's beginning to disperse, you will see Officer Mullen having a conversation with Edwin Drake. You can't hear it because it's too far away, but then Drake will nod, and he will gather up the choir, and they will disperse to wherever it is they're going. So Mullen starts walking over to you. He's like, crazy night, like I told you.
Yeah, what did he give a statement or?
I just checked on him to see if anybody else was feeling up and strange, like what happened to the poor Mallory girl. Excuse me, Mallory's last name is what is it? It's there.
Maggie.
O'Connell. Okay, that's right. Jesus, too many M names. Maggie O'Connell. I was seeing if the O'Connell girl, if anybody else is, feeling like that. Maybe have the doc check them out.
Were they, or they're just...
Nice. It seems like everybody's okay. So, but that Thomas, though, man, he was real protective, huh, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, hey, Mullen.
Yeah.
I heard something weird about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, have you been on the wrong side of town lately?
I'm a cop. I'm always on the wrong side of town when I'm paid to be.
Right, but you've been talking to somebody recently.
I'm not sure what you mean, detective.
Like some you've been working the street gangs?
Well, when the boys get out of hand, always trying to, get something from the Italian club, the bootleggers. That's how they start out. They start out in the gangs, a bunch of teenagers causing trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything interesting there, or?
Well, but I'm sure we know, booze is coming in whether anybody likes it or not. I would say as long as it doesn't cause any problems, but this don't look like booze. He says, kind of looking at the, because the festive area has definitely been messed up a bit.
Right. So, if you've been talking to them over there, they bring anything in that's like not booze?
Not that I know about. Why? You think they might be doing something? You think they're behind this?
I don't know.
Is there anything even to it, or is it just people being a little
it's all
holiday
a little weird,
stressed?
isn't it?
Well, I'd like to just push it under the rug, but
we've all had holiday stress. You have it every year, but this year seems a little odd, don't it?
Mm-hmm. Definitely seems like everybody's got an axe to grind with someone. That's crazy. We had the Graves Eye the other day, Raven. You seen old man Tallahassee just, he was starting fights. Everybody's just...
Old man Tallahassee.
Yeah, everybody's real quick to go to fisticuffs nowadays.
Right. Well, if you see anything from the Italians.
Well, looks like we have our work cut out for us in the morning. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve, after all. Hopefully things will calm down. Everybody be at home. Last minute shopping, most you're getting.
Yep. Well, we'll see.